In the shadows of church history, behind the incense and icons, lie stories few dare to tell. Forgotten saints, forbidden relics, and truths hidden in plain sight. This is Veiled. Chicago, 1986, a city defined by steel and grit. But in one quiet corner of the city's west side, far from the bustling downtown, an event unfolded that defied all explanation. St. Nicholas Albanian Orthodox Church, a small parish where immigrants gathered to preserve their faith and culture, would become the site of something that would draw the world's attention. And what began as an ordinary evening service became the catalyst for a phenomenon that remains unexplained to this day. For decades, St. Nicholas had been a refuge for the Albanian Orthodox community, a place where faith and tradition could flourish far from their homeland. The parish was small but devoted. The iconostasis, adorned with sacred images, stood as a silent testament to centuries of Orthodox tradition. But in December of 1986, one icon would become the focus of an inexplicable mystery. It was a cold December evening. The faithful had gathered for Vespers, a service of quiet reflection and prayer. Among them was a woman named Maria, a lifelong parishioner who had stood before these icons countless times. But that night, something was different. As she raised her eyes towards the icon of the Virgin Mary, she noticed it. A single tear trailing down the face of the Theotokos. At first, Maria doubted what she saw. Perhaps it was a trick of the candlelight, or the moisture of her own breath following the glass. But as the minutes passed, the tears kept falling. Word spread quickly, and by the next day, more parishioners came to see for themselves, and what they found left them speechless. The tears did not stop. They flowed not from condensation, not from humanity, but from somewhere beyond human understanding. And soon, the world would take notice. Within days, words of the weeping icon spread beyond the small Albanian community. News outlets from across Chicago and soon across the country descended upon St. Nicholas. Thousands flocked to witness the phenomenon. Some came in search for a miracle. Others came looking for answers. As the crowds grew, so did the questions. Skeptics demanded an explanation. Could condensation form on a painted surface? Could there be hidden moisture seeping through the wood? A team of scientists was brought in to analyze the icon, and what they discovered left them with more questions than answers. A sample of the liquid was taken for analysis. The results were unsettling. The substance was chemically identical to human tears. No natural explanation was found. No hidden mechanisms. No condensation. Just tears. For the faithful, the tears of the Virgin Mary were a sign, an unmistakable message from heaven. But what was she trying to tell them? Some believed the Theotokos wept for the sins of humanity. Others saw it as a call to repentance. But a darker theory began to emerge. A warning.
Just like the concept of the Nazi Aryan race, Bosnian Serbs were able to commit the vilest of atrocities, for they did not consider their enemy as human beings. For their part, on March 1st, 1992, a Muslim gunman opened fire on a Bosnian Serb wedding procession in Sarajevo after some of the guests were seen waving Serbian flags. The next day, armed militia from both populations clashed, leaving 12 dead.
As the icon continued to weep, tensions were rising in the Balkans. Ethnic and religious strife was boiling just beneath the surface, violence that would soon erupt into a brutal conflict. Was the Theotokos weeping for what was to come? A prophetic warning or a sorrowful lament for the blood that would be spilled? And then, as mysteriously as it began, the tears stopped. The icon fell silent, but the questions remained. To this day, the weeping icon of Chicago remains an unsolved mystery. Scientists have no explanation, and the faithful still feel her presence. Was it a message from heaven? A warning of impending violence? Or was it something beyond our understanding? One thing is certain. In that small church on the west side of Chicago, something happened. And that something defies explanation. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this episode of Veiled, make sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. And when you subscribe, hit the notifications bell so that you don't miss any more episodes of Veiled. Thank you.